Hey guys, it's Jerad with Cigar Federation here at IPCPR 2016 in Las Vegas. Standing here with Hekthor Wiebe of H. Wiebe, based out of Canada. We've got a couple of neat little options here from the company. Want to let you see them, and I'll let him do most of the speaking.
Do you mind holding?
Yeah, if you want.
Absolutely. Hey guys, so the product we got, I've actually got two products. So we'll go over one first, and that's the Radiator Pipe. The design concept is that it actually takes the steam and the heat out of the pipe, out of the smoke in the pipe, and that's generally what causes you the tongue bite, is the temperature, the steam, and some of the acidity that's in the pipe tobacco. So this is designed to kind of reduce that. And it's a modular design, so I'll show you. So the way we do it is it's actually, we sell the bowl and the frame separately. So we have several frame options. This is just the short bent frame option. And we've got the tall bent. You'll notice the radiator base comes in different colors, but we got the tall bent version. And we've also got two straight versions. We got the long straight and the short straight. So that suits every kind of smoker's style. And the color of the base, you got black, silver, you've got a gunmetal, and an oddly popular purple one. This I just brought in as a small sample, and it took off like crazy. Didn't even anticipate that would happen, but that's where we're at. So that one sells really well. And then we have basically about 9 different bowl options between the 3 shapes and different finishes. And one of the number one most popular ones is actually the original stack, Sandblast Black. It's one of the original ones I came out with, and it seems to be the best selling one. And they just all screw on. It's a completely modular design, so you can just screw it onto the base. You pack it with tobacco like you do any other pipe, and you smoke it. And what happens is the smoke travels up the stainless steel tube, which stays cool while you smoke it. And so it condenses moisture completely by design. It's intentional. But there's a mechanism to handle it. It breaks every rule of pipe making generally. So in the bottom of the radiator, there's actually a well that traps all that moisture. So it sits below the draft hole, and it doesn't gurgle. So it just sits there until you're done smoking. When you're done smoking, you just unscrew the bowl, you pour it out. And one of the questions I always get is, will one of these pass a pipe cleaner? The answer is yes, they all pass a pipe cleaner. I put a pipe cleaner through every one before I ship it out. But you don't need a pipe cleaner. All you do is when you get home from your HERF, or if you're smoking at home, you just take the bowl off and you run tap water through the top end, pour it out. So that doesn't ghost. You can clean it that way. That won't ghost flavor. The only thing that will ghost flavor is actually the bowl. And these are Italian briar bowls. So they smoke really, really well, and you can dedicate a bowl to each blend. That way you don't have to worry about the flavor ghosting.
Well, I don't think there's much more need to ask about it. I think you went through that whole thing pretty well. It seems like a really good concept, and I know I have some regular bowls that gurgle on me every now and then, so it'd be nice to get rid of. And plus, kind of need to just change bowls on the pipe instead of having to always have that many pipes.
It absolutely, it's an eye catcher. You take this to your local B&M or your local HERF or your pipe club, and it just draws attention. So most of the sales I do is actually through people who saw somebody else smoke it at a pipe club. So thanks for spreading the word, whoever's doing it out there.
Yeah, it's definitely got a different look. It looks really good though. Lots of options. So we got another neat looking gadget over here.
Yeah, actually.
A little different from the pipe.
My original passion was cigars. When my wife and I were planning a family, we were going to have a little guy. Pipe smoking is not a poor man's hobby, so I decided to try pipe smoking as cost-conscious alternative. But I continued started making tools for cigar smokers. So if you want to maximize your smoke, you don't want to throw away a stick that you just paid $12 to $18 for. And say if there's a plug or if it's over-humidified, that's not necessarily a construction error. Very often you'll have twigs inside the cigar. Well, not twigs, they're actually veins of the tobacco leaf. And people tend to think that if those veins are in the cigar, that's a poorly constructed cigar. Those veins are actually pretty integral to the flavor and the blend, so they need to be there. But sometimes they all bunch up in one spot and you end up with a little plug. So what you do is, I just happen to have one in my pocket, that's where the Redeemer comes in. This is a cigar tool that helps you maximize the smoke. It redeems cigars that you generally wouldn't be able to smoke. So it's a 2-in-1 tool. The one end is the draw saw. So what you do is, if this were the cigar, so let's say this bottom tube is the cigar. Generally speaking, if you were to inspect your cigar just by squeezing it, just lightly, you'll find a hard spot. And that's generally where your obstruction will be. So what you do is you take the draw saw, which has serrated blades, cutouts in it, and you actually insert it into the head of the cigar, the part you put in your mouth, and you squeeze the obstruction and just saw back and forth a few times. And those little cuts will actually remove the obstruction. Rather than the traditional poker that most people are used to using, it doesn't have those. So you stick it in, and it's good for one draw, and the tobacco collapses back in.
Squeezes it back together on you, and you got the plug again.
So you got the plug again. This will cure it permanently. And you can do it a couple of times throughout the smoke if you have to, but generally one treatment will do it. And then the other end of the tool is for if that cigar is just so good you don't want it to end, you unscrew the other end and you got a nub tool. So it's a little skewer that you just put the cigar on, and you get a nice handle to smoke it right to the end. And that's basically the whole tool. It fits into like a Cigar travel humidor. It fits in perfectly. It was designed to fit into that particular size humidor because it's the most popular one on the market. Fits in there. It comes in actually fairly nice retail packaging. So you got a nice little lid, and it's got like a magnetic lock.
So you just carry that with you too if you don't want to toss it in your humidor.
If you wanted to carry it with you and show off.
So they put a lot of work into that case, so you might as well show it off. Comes in its own box.
If not, it looks good on the shelf.
Yeah, that'll help sell it. Yeah. It's also with the concept. Yeah. I've had to throw away a few cigars that you couldn't clean up, so that would be a good option. And
it's, like I said before, even the most premium of cigars can have obstructions, and it's not necessarily due to construction error. And in some cases it's over-humidified, so that's user error on our part. And you don't have the time to wait till it gets back into proper humidity. That'll help you out.
All right, well, a couple of really good looking, especially if you're into the machine parts and not just straight wood, which is a really good look in my honest opinion on both of these. So hwiebe.com, you can check these items out. Again, thanks for checking us out on Cigar Federation IPCPR 2016.